From biotechnology to computer technology, from DNA to code, she is truly inspirational, very passionate. If you're wondering who she is Sudha Sundharam. Let's welcome her. Hey, Sudha.
Hey Nitisha, how are you doing? Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, thank you for being here, and it's our pleasure. We're doing great, and how about you?
Yeah, doing awesome. I mean, Dev Talkies is my favorite show, and I'm here. So I'm like super excited.
Oh, we as well. Yay. Okay. You know what, Sudha, we both are so much alike, I feel, because see, I came from a biotechnology background and I'm here at Salesforce, which is obviously a tech company. So I want to know all about how you came from biotechnology to computers.
Well, I was this passionate girl back then about biotechnology that I decided when I was in high school that I would
Hmm.
not go to my med school. I would just go and pursue my education in biotechnology. And I wanted to land in oncology research. So I was like that specific back then. And I'm still passionate about biotechnology. I can talk to you for hours on that. And
Yeah, me
due to some,
too.
yeah, it's such a beautiful subject, right?
Right.
And due to some personal reasons, I couldn't pursue my master's in biotechnology in the US. And I had this opportunity in hand. I had this campus placement with one of the first companies that came for our campus recruitment, Wipro Technologies. And yeah, so I was thoroughly surprised, first of all, how they picked me. I think probably you can relate to me on this because we have no computer science background, completely from a different side of the world, but
Right.
still there presenting ourselves in an IT interview.
Yes.
Yeah, so that happened, and I had this opportunity, so I just took that up. And when I started getting into my first initial few weeks at Wipro and the trainings was happening, and it was kind of a little bit disappointing, I should say, simply because they were talking to me about HTML, JavaScript, and all the different things in the technology. And they were all pouncing on my head because I had no clue what they were talking to me about. I had no
I
background in computer
know,
science.
right? Like you looking into the microscope towards DNA versus, you having to write code on the computer, totally different. I can totally
Exactly. I
understand.
mean, IT and gene therapy are not at all related, at least in a
Right.
real sense. So, yeah.
Hmm.
And then this happened, and I was feeling a little bit frustrated. And I was thinking, like, did I make a wrong decision of landing in the IT job? Then I thought there should be some way out. This is such a vast area. There should be some place which could become a sweet spot for me. And my parents were the ones who came into my mind then because they are my role model and my big time inspiration. If one thing I have learned from their life, they always don't give up and they stay positive through very tough situations. And my dad's advice has always been like, for every problem there is 1 crore solution. You just have to find that one solution which will make your problem go away. And then
Persistence.
this yeah, and then this advice was more apt for me in that situation. And I thought, like, I need to figure that way out. And then I started doing a
Right.
little bit of research to find out where in IT can I stay safe and then be passionate and then still do what I like, right?
Hmm.
So that's when I realized there was something called as business analyst role, and business analysis as something, the skill sets were kind of similar to what we have in like biotechnology, the research analysis kind of things, though it's like totally different subjects. But still, I felt I had the skill set, and probably that could be a place where I could explore and get started. So I was this bold girl way back then. I just walked into my manager's room, like third week in the company, and then I tell him, like, you know what, I don't think I'll be a good coder any day. I don't think I'm going to excel in that field. It's not totally not my passion, but I think I'm going
Right.
to make a great business analyst if you give me that opportunity. And
Hmm.
really, he trusted me that day and he gave me the opportunity. If he had not given me that opportunity that day, or had I not asked him, I wouldn't be in IT space today. So that's the time when my actual IT career started. And then I was initially in Siebel CRM, and Salesforce was already shining bright way back then with Salesforce Classic and S controls, and it really sounds like long time back. And yeah, and then I started my Salesforce journey with my first client, who is a large telecommunication giant in the US. And then there has
Hmm.
been no looking back. I absolutely love it here.
Amazing, amazing. That is one inspirational story. All right. So, talking of which, you not only just learned Salesforce, but I heard you have a passion for mentoring, teaching, and we want to know all about your passion towards mentorship.
Yeah, I think that also started way back when I was in college. I was tutoring high school kids, and
Mm-hmm.
I realized one thing that, when I customize the way that I teach, like
Oh,
relating
yeah.
it to a favorite sport they liked or a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was trying to teach them the concepts, they were able
Mm-hmm.
to relate to it better, they seemed more interested, and they were able to ramp up pretty quickly. And then that gave me this moment like, aha, I can do this, I'm able to do this, better way by customizing the way of teaching, and it's creating an impact. Probably when I keep growing up, I should pick up mentoring and I should start mentoring, because I think it comes in naturally to me that, I can customize things and talk to different people in different terms. So that's how it got linked, and my passion for mentorship also started.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Awesome. So, one other question I want to ask you, right? I heard that you got stuck in India for 2 years because of the pandemic situation, and the pandemic has changed all of our lives, and it was hard on all of us. So, but then you used this time for doing something good. How did you do that?
Yeah, so like you said, pandemic has affected a lot of people's life. It did have impact on ours too. So we were in the US, and we had to come to India for some of our visa processing, and then it was right before the COVID time, a week before that, and then the COVID breakout happened, and we pretty much got stuck there for almost 2 years. The I was on a career break. I wasn't sure if I have to start immediately because I was planning to move back again. So yeah, so that just happened, and I had two choices in front of me. Either I sit in the corner of my room, I get very disappointed and worry and crib about, okay, this has happened to me, I have a break, I really can't deal with it. Or I had another option which I kind of inclined towards, where why don't I convert this particular time that I have in hand into an opportunity to learn, to skill up, and to see how I can be with the Trailblazer community, how I can give back. So that's when I started doing things a little differently. So I almost gained like 9 certifications during my career break.
Wow.
I got my
Amazing.
2x ranger
Nine.
status. Yeah, it's amazing, because when you're usually working, you never find time to constantly
Mm-hmm.
keep learning and skilling up, and I really utilize this time for that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then I could get my 2x ranger status, and I really want to grab every single badges in Trailhead. That's in my bucket list. And then I
Mm-hmm.
also started doing sessions at different play community groups. So I started doing sessions at Apex Hours. We did like a 22-part video series for very extensive CPQ specialist kind of certification model, where we were talking through different complex CPQ subjects. Again, my passion for mentoring and customizing topics towards the audience kicked in right there. And
Mm-hmm.
it's overwhelming to know that almost 100 Trailblazers have got themselves certified looking at our videos and understanding concepts through that.
Wow.
And then I
100.
also did this cute little thing I call, like, when Salesforce met Agile. It's like those
Uh,
match made in the clouds, like,
yes, it is.
yeah, it's
Definitely.
like Agile and Salesforce are like that. They have to be a happy married couple for implementations to work. So I kind of started doing this series across various community groups, like in India, in US, Albania Dreaming, Pakistan Dreaming, and almost like 700 Trailblazers attended all these sessions. And it was so fulfilling to know that all this was creating impacts. Then I also started mentoring at the same time. So I was mentoring students, I was mentoring women on career break, men on career break, anyone who needed assistance. It could be emotionally, it could be trying to understand, how do I get back after a career break? How do I present myself for an interview? I thought I was definitely in that spot where I could have my own experience and use that
Hmm.
experience to mentor others as well. So yeah, all these
Definitely.
different things
Definitely.
happened during my career break.
Amazing. So you've used your time to the fullest, and not just that. How did you feel doing all this, Sudha?
Nitisha is really, really fulfilling, I have to say, because I don't have any other words. Because end of the day, my heart is so full that I'm able to, even if I'm able to create an impact on one person, I feel like my heart is really, really full, and it makes my day. So it means a lot to me that I'm
Hmm.
able to do it. I really feel blessed and humbled to keep doing what I'm doing.
This emotion is pure. So yeah, I can tell how passionate you are about Salesforce, about what you do. Um, Sudha, I heard you do a lot of blogs, and so many people who are watching this show would want to know more about that. So, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So again, right, the powerhouse of Salesforce community is Trailblazer community. It's given so
Hmm.
much to us, and it was for our time to give back more. And again, the career break was a very apt time for me to contribute more as well. So my powerhouse, who is my husband, who has been my immense strength through all these times, he and I decided we'll do another cute little thing, which is Salesforce Couple, a place where we
Oh, that's
started
so
kind of
cute.
writing blogs, and yeah, I mean that's how Salesforce Couple
Hey,
happened.
is
Oh,
somebody talking about me? Hey Nitisha, how are you
Yeah.
doing?
Hey, Prashant, how are you? It's amazing to see you here. You were there all along. Oh my
Of
God.
course. No, delighted to be
That's
here. So
such a
so nice to
cute
see you,
thing.
Nitisha.
Thanks a lot for being here, Prashant. And that's such a cute thing and so nice that you both work together. And it's the name, right? Salesforce couple. Oh, wow, that's amazing. So, can you
Yes,
tell us
ma'am.
a little bit about that, Prashant?
Oh, absolutely. Would love to. So, I think it was a natural result. We both have been in the Salesforce ecosystem for a very long time. We've been mentoring, training, giving back to the community, and also getting so much. So, while we were doing this, we thought, okay, let's why not pool our resources together, right? So, while we do our sessions in various streamings and various community groups, we built a website, salesforcecouple.com. We launched it beginning of this year, and that's where we pool our thoughts together. So we have our blogs, we have aspects about learning Salesforce, we have aspects about agile, we have aspects about thought leadership and things you can do and learn in the industry. Basically giving guidance and inputs to anyone who's there trying to get inputs on Salesforce. What we also thought as part of this was to make it a little more immersive, right? So what we did was we created some business scenarios. So for example, in the CPQ space where we both did the training series, we added some
Hmm.
business snippets or scenarios which you typically encounter on our website.
Got
And
you.
what
Hmm.
readers can do is actually they look at the scenario and try to figure out, okay, how would we solve this? And then we have a link where you have an option of going and seeing what the optimal technical solution is. So it's not
Right,
just
they can
about
relate
reading.
to it. Yes.
Exactly. And also it's an immersive learning experience, right? You think about it, try to solve it and look at the solution. We also have quizzes, but this is we thought we want to make it a little more creative and try to give back as much as we can. So in our sense, while we are going and doing a lot of sessions across different places, mentoring people, for us, Salesforce couple is we bring it together. We call it our home in the clouds. So we welcome everybody to come in, really learn what you can, share, give feedback. And we've got lots of tons of amazing response. So we love it.
That's super duper amazing. And you know what? This is impact 2x, right? Both of you doing it together. And the cute little name that you have, Salesforce couple, I'm super thrilled. This is really amazing. And Prashant, thanks for the little surprise that you have just thrown on us. And it is really amazing for, to have you here. Um,
Very happy.
Thanks a lot again, guys. Really amazing to have you all on this show. And what's that one thing you want to tell our trailblazers?
from me, I would say never stop learning, never stop sharing, spread love. We all need that more than ever, and then be kind.
Yeah.
Uh, Very, very important. I think to add, what I would say is, especially for those who are starting out in their career, there's so much to do. There's a vast space out there. Focus on your core areas of strength, what you like most. Build your foundations very strong, and as you grow, keep giving. As you help others, as you learn together, it's a journey best sort of taken with everyone together, and you'll really be much more enriched by it. So all the very best.
That. Thank you very much, both of you, and loads of love from us to you. And again, you were super duper out there. Thanks for the inspirational story, passion, and all that you do for this amazing Trailblazer community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nitisha, for having us here. It's one of my favorite shows, and I'm super duper excited to be here. And it's pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, likewise, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.